Hi, we're going to do some EFT today for test anxiety. Lots of students just before they take a test will feel very anxious. We kind of all know what the symptoms of test anxiety are, where your palms get sweaty and your heart races and suddenly it feels like your mind's going blank. But you know, that's a feeling, not a fact. So let's do some tapping today so that we can get rid of test anxiety and help you to have a successful test taking experience. All right, so what I'm going to do is speak and you will repeat what I say. I'll give you time to do that. So in the silent spaces, just repeat what I said. We'll go through a couple of rounds of tapping, kind of see where you are, and we'll go from there. What I'd like you to do first is put yourself in a testing situation. So imagine that you're taking a test, what those feelings are, kind of get there as much as you possibly can. I'll give you a second to do so. Kind of feel that pencil in your hand, you know, that feeling that, oh my God, I'm about to take this exam, right? And now I want you to give that a number of intensity from 1 to 10. What's that number for you? Do you get super tense and anxious? Somewhat tense and anxious? Whatever that number is, give it that number. Got it? All right, let's begin. Even though I have test anxiety, I love and approve of myself. Even though I have test anxiety, I love and approve of myself. Even though I have test anxiety, I love and approve of myself. All this test anxiety, 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 all this test anxiety. And I let go of the need to be anxious when I take a test. Because I know that I study. I have perfect recall when I take a test. The information that I study comes to me. I know the importance of being prepared. And I am prepared. I learn the material. I study. And I recall. I am very calm when I take a test. I release the need to be anxious when I take an exam. I let go of this test anxiety from my heart and my mind and my body and my spirit. I release the need to be anxious when I take a test. All this test anxiety, I just let it go. I release it from all parts of me. A grade does not determine who I am. A test does not determine my worth. So I relax. And I just take a test. And I do so calmly. And I let my heart be at rest. And I feel peaceful when I take a test. because I deserve to succeed. love and approve of myself. All right, take a deep breath. Kind of let that sink in. Measure one more time. How anxious are you feeling when you think about taking a test? If you're in the 0, 1, 2 area, I'll see you later. You can go ahead and click this video off and feel prepared to take your test. You can also do this technique just before your test to get rid of any, just last minute jitters, and be confident when taking your exams. If you're still feeling like you haven't quite conquered it, let's measure it one more time. Got it? And we'll tap on the remaining test anxiety. Even though I still have a little test anxiety, and I'm still kind of worried, I love and approve of myself. Even though I still have a little test anxiety, and I'm still kind of worried, I love and approve of myself. Even though I still have a little test anxiety, and I'm still kind of worried, I love and approve of myself. All this remaining test anxiety. All this remaining test anxiety. All this remaining test anxiety. I let it go. I let it go here and now. I no longer need test anxiety to take a test. I release the need for test anxiety. I let go of all of my test anxiety. I release any and all remaining test anxiety. Take a deep breath. Check in with yourself. You can release all test anxiety now, and it can be gone forever. Let me tell you this, that if you have a little like 0, 1, 2 right before you take a test, that's just adrenaline running. That's just kind of making sure that you're prepared to recall all of that information. So don't panic. That's okay for that to be there. But know that you don't need to be anxious to take a test anymore. You can do this technique at any time. You can do it before every test. You can do it when you study to make sure that you recall all of the things that you study, right? So while I study, I have perfect recall and I love and approve of myself. Something like that. EFT is a wonderful, magical thing. It can't harm you. It can only help you. You can do it at any time.